And joining us, Republican Representative Lee Zeldin. Good evening, sir. And the Secretary says a closer relationship now in terms of security than any time in history with Israel. I don't know. He must not read the same papers I do.
Well, I mean, he says that the Prime Minister is welcome, yet the President won't meet with him. The Vice President left the country. 30 congressional Democrats decide that their place tomorrow is anywhere but their seats in the Capitol. As far as the security goes, the President is clearly negotiating a deal with Iran where they're looking to cut a deal just to cut a deal. And as the Prime Minister has stated, he's not against the deal. He's just against a bad deal. And I would say that about the Vice President who's out of town. He's at the he'll be at the inauguration of the President of Uruguay. Meanwhile, the Obama administration, the President didn't go, neither did the Vice President nor the Secretary of State to Margaret Thatcher's funeral. So I think it's fair to think that that's sort of a phonied up trip. But I'll let the viewers decide that one. All right, Democrats say they won't go. Why? Maybe there's some kind of a loyalty to the president. I would understand if the first 24 or 48-hour news cycle that there would be some discussion as to, who got invited before who. You could debate what the proper protocol.
But that's with the speaker. That's a fight that President Obama, if he's worried that like a manners thing, if he got snubbed about protocol, that's a complaint he has with the speaker. And fine, they can go duke it out in the schoolyard. We're talking about a head of state of our biggest ally on something so important as a nuclear weapons program.
And this is one of those speeches that right now you could go on YouTube, you could watch Churchill 70 years ago, 2 weeks after Pearl Harbor, speaking to a joint session of Congress. This is such a historic time. And the leader of a nation, which is a beacon of freedom and liberty in a country, a region of the world that's riddled with radical Islamic extremism, state-sponsored terrorism, and Secretary Kerry is talking about how there's, this tight security relationship, and it's like he's over there negotiating a bad deal, and he's going to send James Taylor over there to tell Israel that they have a friend. I mean, the fact of the matter is, will Iran be able to pursue uranium enrichment? Will they be able to keep their centrifuges? Will they allow weapons inspectors in to ensure accountability and transparency? Will Iran, within 24 hours of a deal being announced, be refuting the terms of a deal? These are all questions. The devil's in the details. All right.
Well, actually, I think Secretary Kerry's a good excuse for not being there. He's at least having a conversation with Iran, whether he's working out a deal or not. But we're trying to figure out what's going there. I don't understand the president's absence, snubbing because he's mad at Boehner. He's not mad at. It shouldn't be the prime minister. And the vice president's trip to Uruguay to me is weak. But what I don't understand is the rudeness of Democratic members or anybody who says to a head of state, we don't want to hear from you, when he comes here basically begging for his country.
There should be no conflict whatsoever as to where every member of Congress should be tomorrow. They should be in their seats, standing with Israel in this critical hour. We have...
Or not even just standing, just being there listening to him. I mean, having some good manners.
The Prime Minister has experience, intelligence, insight that is critically important for us to be able to do our job. We are a separate branch of government. We represent the American people who are also interested in standing strong with Israel. They should be in their seats. They should be paying attention because the president is negotiating a deal that, listen, ICBMs, you don't need ICBMs for Israel. Well, they need ICBMs to reach us.
Well, they better not complain about it later if they weren't even there to hear what he had to say. They ought to at least, I mean, they may disagree with him, but they ought to at least hear what he has to say. So they have at least a factual basis. Anyway, Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta.
And President